Hey guys, Telegram Sam here. If you don't already know, I have an Instagram. It's Telegram underscore Sam underscore vinyl. So if you're on Instagram, check me out on there. But before we get into the video, I have to show you guys my cool new shirt I got. I know some of you guys geek out over some of the cool t-shirts I wear. But I got this really cool, it's supposed to be like a mechanic's jacket, but on the back it says, "Welcome to the pits of hell." That should be the intro to my videos from now on. But I just had to show and tell that my cool new shirt real fast because I just love this so much. But anyways, to the bones of this video, we're talking about 5 things that I love about collecting records and also 5 things that I hate about collecting records. So number 1 thing I love about collecting records is actually physically owning something. In this day and age, everything is made to just be accessible on our phone. We can watch TV, listen to music, buy our groceries. Like, we really don't need anything physical anymore. We really just need this. I love how records, you can actually like get to hold something and be like, I get to own this and like hold it. And sorry, my cat's deciding now she wants to play. But I love that I get to own like this cool piece of art and get to look at it and read it and see who played on it, the songs, if there's a lyric sheet, read the lyrics, and then like also get to own this fabulous piece of music, something someone slaved over in the 1970s, pouring their heart and soul into. I love that I get to actually own a physical piece of something that someone created. This is art. Like, this is something someone made from nothing, and I feel like all records sort of represent that, and I love how it seems more real when you actually get to hold it in your hands and interact with it. There's not this distance that you have between your phone and then the phone and the internet and then something like millions of people can have access to, you know? And that's also the first reason I hate collecting records is the space owning all this physical media entails. I live in a barely 500 square foot apartment, and this is kind of like my designated section, my living room slash hallway slash dining room slash kitchen that I have for my records. And I don't know what I'm going to do if I ever outgrow the shelving. I will probably have to convert my entire living room into just shelves of records if I don't end up moving. And that's also another thing, just like moving all these records. It's just a lot of work, a lot of hassle, a lot of stress. That was my least favorite thing about moving from my last apartment to this apartment, but at least I only had less than 100 records then, so it's going to be a lot different if I ever move from this apartment to another place. Number 2 thing for things, I put this in the love and hate category, buying records online. Secondhand record shopping online is such a mystery because one person's VG Plus is another person's good or another person's mint. Like, yes, it's a grading system that we should all kind of know and comprehend at this point, but some people that are either new to buying or are just trying to get rid of a record and know that a lot of people aren't going to go for a good plus record rather than a VG Plus record will lie about what they're selling online. Luckily, I've been really, really lucky with buying secondhand things online so far. The only records I seem to have a problem with are brand new records. Ones that are sealed always either come warped, the package is damaged. For example, like I ordered this Purple Rain Prince of the Revolution record. I think I got this like right at the beginning of the pandemic because no record stores were open. Like, you can find these really easy now at record stores. And of course, when I got it, there's a seam split at the top here where obviously the record had was probably mishandled and the record hit the top and split. And then you also have scuffing, like when the record just rubs against the paper sleeve that's in the record. Like, it's just such a hassle. And then like I've been having problems with pre-orders lately. Like, I ordered or pre-ordered Raise the Roof, the new Robert Plant and Alison Krauss album, in September, and it originally came out in December, and I still haven't gotten it. And that happened with my Tattoo You remaster. I pre-ordered this back in August when they first announced it. I think it came or was released in October or early November, and I didn't get this until like December, early mid-December, which is insane for a pre-order. When you pre-order something, it should come at least before or the week of when it releases in stores. It's like I could have just got this in a store and not have to deal with the hassle of constantly checking my email and updates and just all that stuff. So yeah, it's both a curse and a blessing, buying records online. Yeah, I love that. If there's something I've been looking for a really long time and I've just not had any luck finding it in a store, I can just go online and buy it for sometimes less than what I would find it if it were at a record store. So both the love-hate, good and the bad side of buying records online. Number 3 thing I love about collecting records, the thrill of the hunt. There is no better feeling on earth as a record collector than finding something you've been looking for years that you never thought you would have. Let me just pull something. Oh, this is a good example. This was part of my Best Finds of 2021 video. This is an original pressing of Richard Hell and the Voidoids Blank Generation. When I found this at my local record store, shout out to Tomorrow Records, best record store in Portland, love them. Every time I go there, I spend way too much money because they just have everything I've been looking for years. I have been looking for this ever since I've been collecting records. They're kind of expensive. I got this for half the price because it has a bit of water damage on the bottom of the cover here, but the record is in perfect condition, not scratched, not dust speck, not hair. I love this record. I literally audibly gasped when I saw this at Tomorrow Records because I just never thought I would own this. And there's no better feeling than when you're flipping through. This is maybe like the 4th rack of dusty, grimy records you flipped through, and you finally find that diamond in the coal mine. It's just, there's no better feeling than that. Number 3 on the hate list. It's a very expensive investment to make. I mean, anyone who has stumbled in the vinyl community and watched like 5 minutes videos know how expensive records now are. 10 years ago when I started collecting, it was relatively cheap. You could find most basic classic records for $3 to $5, and now most of those records would be selling for $15, $20 because now so many more people have gotten into collecting records in the last 5 to 7 years. And plus now, like all the big companies, now if you go to Walmart, Target, they now have vinyl sections and super limited edition, Taylor Swift releasing like 13 different color variants and cover variants. And now it's become a very collectible commodity. But not only are you investing in the records, you're investing in, outer sleeves, the non-static inner sleeves, you're investing in, storage units, you're investing in a sound system, you're investing in cleaning supplies, record weights, needles when you need to change those out. It's a very, very expensive investment that is not cheap. Like a good record system, you should be spending a lot of money on and really investing in that before you really start getting into records, or else you can't fully appreciate them. It's like a thing that just never ends. So that's kind of the one bummer thing, is if you really, really want to go all into this, you're really, really going to have to invest in it. That's what you gotta do. Number 4 of things I love, the sound of records. I know a lot of people that tend to be more into the audiophile side of records hate like cracks and pops and like surface noise, but I kind of love that part of it, at least if it's just like in a small section of the record, not throughout the entire record. It's like, oh yeah, I'm listening to this physical thing, and sometimes records that have been around for 40, 50 years and have been passed on through multiple people before it comes to me. Like, oh my god, like, I just love that sort of sound. It's like the history of the record. But also, records just have such more of like a 3D sound compared to CDs, cassettes, streaming, downloading. It just really fills up your space a lot more than some of those other media types do. And plus, a lot of music made before the 80s was solely made to be put on vinyl. So if you're listening to the Beatles on CD, it's like that's not how that was originally made to be listened to. It was made to be listened to on vinyl. So that's why the sound is never fully the same compared to CDs and vinyls. Number 4 of the things I hate about collecting records, Maggie. No, she's not a thing I hate. But I just feel like I never have enough time to listen and really fully appreciate all the records that I now have in my collection. As someone who works a full-time job, even though I spend a lot of my time outside of work, pretty much just listening to records, I just still feel like that isn't enough time to really listen and dive into my records. And sometimes you're on a kick for a while of like, oh, I'm just really loving punk music, and then you don't really get to listen to your hip hop or your jazz or your funk. You feel like you're constantly like trying to like schedule what you're going to listen to. So yeah, that's sort of the downside, is that just never having enough time to fully appreciate all these amazing records that you have in your collection. Number 5, this is both a love and hate thing. The community. I feel so lucky that very early on, when I started making videos about records about a year ago, that people were so welcoming and so excited to have a young female vinyl community member making videos and talking about music, which was very much the opposite of what I've gotten in my in-person interactions with people just trying to get into the vinyl community in Portland. So it was so nice to have this amazing online community to express and geek out over music and records with, and it's been so awesome. But of course, you always have those people, those trolls, or the people that just think that their opinion is the only right opinion. That's the thing I love about music. It's an art form. That's why I sort of hate the whole star ratings of music, because some people might listen to Purple Rain and think it's the worst record. Some people listen to it and it's their all-time favorite record. It's a very personal thing. It's like you wouldn't give a star rating to a Picasso paint because everyone sees something different to it, and everyone hears something different when they listen to this album, because we're all different personal people and we all get something different out of everything we consume. So it's just subjective, and we all get something different out of everything. And I always hate when people think that, like, oh, Beach Boys' Pet Sounds, it's the greatest record ever. Anyone that thinks differently is wrong, and I'm right. Like, I hate that. I hate the sort of, if you've seen the movie High Fidelity, like Jack Black in that movie, I always call them the Jack Blacks of the vinyl community, because if you have any different opinion besides theirs, they just sort of like get on you and like harass you and just try to make you feel stupid about having an opinion. It's like, it's just music, man. There's so many other things in the world going on that you should be more determined about in fixing. It's just music, man. That's the fun thing about it. It's just music. It's just something we all want to love and enjoy, and don't ruin that for other people. So yeah, both a love and a hate thing, but I would rather focus on the good vibes and the good people than the people that are just trying to troll me or say mean things to get a reaction out of me. It's like, I'm not going to give you that. I'd rather focus my love and attention on people that are trying to improve me as a record collector and also improve other people's knowledge of music. So yeah, 5 things I love and hate about the vinyl collecting. Yeah, it's in every hobby. You love it, you hate it, but of course the good always outweighs the bad. Share some of your things that you love and hate about collecting records down below. Can't wait to read them. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.